What's up, y'all? It's Walker, and here is a topic I feel like I can talk about kind of articulately. I might be overselling it. I'll talk about it passionately, if not articulately. And this is the topic of people pleasing. And this has come up so much recently in the podcasts that I listen to, and this has come up in my own life. And so I feel like now is as good a time as any to go in front of the camera and say, here I am a 48-year-old people pleaser. And I've been this way most of my life. And I'm sad to admit that, but I'm also happy to admit it because I wouldn't have been able to 2 years ago or even 2 months ago. So I'm here to tell you a couple of things about people pleasing. One, it's a terrible, awful, bad deal. All right, it just leaves you exhausted. It's kind of a disease. It leaves you zapped of all your energy, and it leaves the people around you feeling worse than if you hadn't tried to make them happy. Two, it's not your fault. I mean, at some point something happened to you that conditioned your brain to think this way, and there are steps out of the people-pleasing role, which I will get to in just a couple minutes. Glad you asked. But for now, you may want to know, how did we get here to begin with? And I'll tell you what, for me, this was my experience, okay? When I was 6, 7, 8 years old, my parents used to fight all the time. And these were not your typical mom-dad arguments about money or taxes or cars or whatever. I mean, these were full-blown outbursts that sometimes were very, very loud and sometimes very, very violent. And so what I learned from that experience, a couple of things. One, I learned that emotions are bad. Even the emotions that you might consider positive, joy and excitement, were a little too loud for me. And the emotions that you generally consider negative, even though they're not, sadness, anger, fear, frustration, those definitely were terrifying to me. So what I would do is I would go around, try to make everybody happy. I would try to keep the peace. I would try to keep things quiet. And if I can make you happy, and if I can make you happy, and if I can make you happy, then I can feel safe. Okay, well, that didn't work. Not surprisingly to you, that didn't work. So when I moved out of the house when I was 17, I didn't have any people left to please. So that kind of resolved itself. But also I thought, you know what, that didn't work because I didn't have the skill set, because I wasn't old enough, and because my brain wasn't fully developed enough at that point, whatever. But if I ever got that chance again, I'd probably know how to do it the right way. Be careful what you wish for. And God in the universe will always give you another opportunity to learn a lesson you didn't learn right the first time. So about 5 years ago, I found myself back in a situation where I was surrounded by what I considered to be negative emotions. The fear, the anger, the frustration, sadness, those things were back. And let me tell you, as a 46-year-old, it was just as terrifying to me as it was as a 6-year-old. You're a little kid again, terrified, wanting to just crawl into a corner or something. So again, what do? Well, if I make you happy, and I make you happy, and I make you happy, where have you heard that before? Oh, then I can feel safe. And I can do it this time. I know how to do it this time because I'm a grown-up. I'm a man. I got this. It didn't work the second time either. And there's a big reason why it didn't. Because you can't make someone else happy. Let me repeat that. You cannot make another human being happy. I didn't know that. And if you set your goal to make someone happy, and their level of happiness on this earth is really up to them and not you, you're never going to achieve your goal. You're never going to succeed in your goal. So you're going to end up at the end of the day feeling frustrated with yourself because you didn't make it happen for them. And they're going to be frustrated because they're not getting a good version of you at that point if you're walking around on eggshells. And also you're going to be frustrated with yourself because, man, I tried so hard and they didn't see what I was doing for them. And now I'm mad at them. I'm pissed off because they didn't see what I was trying to do. They don't understand how hard I worked. I'm telling you, go back to the beginning. It's a bad, awful, terrible deal for everyone. People pleasing. It is a good thing for you to step out of that role. And here's a few ways maybe you can do that. Number one, just acknowledging that people pleasing and making people happy is just going to hurt people in the long run. You're never going to please people. Number two, maybe stop doing things that you're not being asked to do, because as people pleasers, we want to anticipate everyone's needs. We want to jump in and take care of things for people before they even know that they need to be taken care of. And look, if nobody asked you to do something and you did it anyway, you can't be resentful when it's not acknowledged and when they're not grateful for it. So don't do things you're not asked to do. And finally, 3, set some healthy boundaries, okay? Because now you have certainly made this template for others of, I'm going to be available whenever I am asked, because you've been doing it for a long time. So maybe when someone comes to ask next time, set a healthy boundary. And people get all confused about boundaries because they're going to say, well, boundaries are set when you kind of ambush someone in the kitchen one day and you say, hey, I've been thinking about this and here's what I'm going to do and here's what I'm no longer willing to do, and that's it, end of conversation. That is one way to set a boundary. It's just kind of a jerk move. The way to do it in a healthy way is when someone comes to you and says, hey, can you help me with this project right now? Can you have this conversation with me right now? I'm really hungry. Can you go get me something to eat right now? Hey, you know what? I'm not in a place where I can do that right now, but I'm into this, I'm interested in this, and I want to support you. Maybe can we revisit this in an hour or tomorrow or on Thursday? And by then, you know what? They probably have solved the problem for themselves already. So 1, acknowledge you are a people pleaser. I know you are. 2, stop doing the stuff you're not being asked to do. And 3, set a few healthy boundaries, even small ones at the beginning. It can make a big difference, because as soon as you stop trying to control what's going on in your environment, I think everyone is going to benefit from that. That's all. Hope you have a great day. Go Dogs.